Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Coachable Moments. I'm your host, Pat GPT, and today we're going to talk about an old story that, not necessarily a story, but a quote that my great-grandmother used to tell me. And it was only till, I became much older that I realized the true definition of what she was trying to say. And for many of you that know me, you know that my great grandmother was my all in all. To this day, even when I travel, I've got a picture of my great grandmother on me pretty much at all times. She never really took photos. That just wasn't her thing. But she took one photo for me at like a really special event. And I've held on to that photo ever since it was about 1996. I've had that photo, and I'm very protective of it because of the significance that it means to me. But she would always say, when she would see me hanging with certain people, she would always say that sometimes you have to sift the wheat. And I was never really brought up around a lot of harvesting, other than what we did as a family. We grew different vegetables and things like that, but nothing like wheat or anything, from a grain perspective. And so I had no understanding of what was meant by that. But she would always say sometimes, God will sift the wheat. And when I got older, I realized that the significance of that is like sometimes, we have so many people in our life that it becomes very busy. You really don't have a lot of time to focus. You'll be having the intentions of, studying or doing some type of budget planning, things that would actually help you. But without fail, you'll get a phone call from one of your friends and they'll be like, hey, let's go out and have drinks and get some food or something like that. And you leave, you go and you do that because it's fun and it takes you away from what you really need to be doing for yourself. And so over time, those distractions can be the very thing that keep us from moving forward in life. And once I realized when I got older, the importance, the detriment of distractions, that's when I really understood what my grandmother was trying to say. Sometimes you have to get the lumps out of the wheat in order for it to be useful. And a lot of us have lumps in our life. We have, people that, are only there to take and provide no deposits. And if any of you have any understanding of how checking accounts work, you can only withdraw so much. And then you're going to hit a bump in the road where you're in overdraft and you're in the negative. If someone is constantly taking out, there needs to be some adding to in order for it to remain balanced. That's where the term balance your checkbook comes from. There has to be some subtractions, but there also has to be some additions. And when you think about the whole term, the concept of sifting the wheat, you'll never know who's on your side, really, until you have nothing else to offer them. And I don't want anybody to go broke, but you'll see then at that point who's really on your side, who really has your back. And I remember this celebrity I was watching. He had a huge entourage. He had all of his friends from high school, all of his buddies from the streets. They were kind of going from city to city with him, but it was starting to cost him a lot of money because he was having to buy all the hotel rooms, pay for all of the food and the alcohol. He was the source of everybody's entertainment. And what he did, he gathered everybody up one day and just told them that he had gone broke and that he was not going to be able to sustain that lifestyle for them anymore. And what happened was kind of a shock to him. He noticed that a lot of the people got up and just walked out. They were basically saying, well, there's nothing else to gain here, so I'm going to move it along. But there were 2 or 3 of the team members that stayed. And he was kind of shocked. He was like, well, didn't y'all hear me just say, I'm broke. I don't have any way to pay you or to provide the lifestyle that you're used to. And, they told him that, hey, we're here for you, not the lifestyle. While we enjoy those things, we're going to rock with you, whether you're up or down, because we know how talented you are, that you can get back up. And I'm seeing so many relationships where, especially in today's time, we got the city girl agendas, and we've got the soft girl era. And we've even got some men that don't want to work. They just want to leech off of somebody else that does have it going on financially. And I would venture to say it would be worth putting that out there and just seeing what happens, seeing who really sticks beside you if they find out that you don't have it. And it may surprise you. I know a lot of us are carrying responsibilities. We're working hard, we're paying bills, and we're rinsing and repeating. We're doing that over and over again. And there are people that are enjoying the benefit of your hard work. Whether it's people you're in a relationship with or your kids or whatever, there's people that benefit off of your work ethic and your ability to go get it. And so it's important to really pay attention to who's in your corner during the good times and the bad times. And I would challenge you that, this is the beginning of 2024. We're only 8 days in, but I would challenge some of you guys to start sifting the wheat and see who's really there for you. Don't let 12 months go by of you stressing yourself out, trying to make ends meet, and, you having to do all the hard work yourself. It needs to, I heard it best from one of my old coworkers. She was talking about a helpmate. And I liked her analogy because it made sense to me. She said that a helpmate is someone that you should be equally yoked with, someone that is willing to put the burden on their back just like you have it on yours. And if you get weak, they're there. They're strong enough to continue to carry the load until you build your strength back. And what I'm seeing a lot of today is not helpmates. I'm seeing a lot of people that are just helping themselves to what you have to offer. And, they'll ride your back as long as you're able to carry them. And the minute that you're not, you start to feel the resentment. You become unattractive because you can't do the things or, maybe take them on the trips or shopping sprees that they may be accustomed to. But you have to ask yourself, are they there for you, or are they there for a particular lifestyle that you can provide? You're much more valuable, to the grand scheme of things as far as life is concerned, to have those type of people in your circle. So take the time to really analyze who's there. Yes, it's really important to take a moment to analyze your circle and see who's there for you and who's there for themselves and what they can get. So take the time early this year to sift the wheat. Because some of you out there, you're tired. You've been doing it for so long. Wives have been going out to work all day and the husband is sitting at home on the PS5, which is embarrassing to even have to discuss. But it's going on in a lot of places. And, when the wife gets home, she has to take out the trash. She has to cook, clean up the house. But he's been entertained all day by a video game. And as men, you've got to break that cycle because that is not going to help your relationship one bit. If anything, it's going to be the thing that destroys it. You know, people deserve better. They deserve reciprocity. And if you're not the person that's willing to provide that reciprocity, then the best thing to do is to just step aside and let someone else do it. Because many of you out there have nothing left to give. So take the time to love yourself and do what's best for yourself. And if no one else is going to love you, you have to do it yourself. Be blessed.